Welcome to the Moro Studios podcast. Today we'll be discussing the two biggest movies, Mamma Mia and Batman.
Episode 2 of our podcast. We renamed it Moro Studios because Smux just sounds too white and doesn't roll off the tongue as nice as we would like
We're
to.
also not Jewish.
We're also not Jewish. For anyone that didn't know. Well, let's talk about Barbenheimer, the biggest, fattest, juiciest film event of our time.
This was like a holiday for me. Like I was waiting for this since pretty much the whole year. Like I made sure I was off work. I had an outfit, so I had a Barbie outfit under an oversized T-shirt that I wore to Oppenheimer because I watched Oppenheimer first.
Mm-hmm.
And I did the thing. I watched Oppenheimer, I had dinner, watched Barbie. It was great. Then I brought like shooters to the movie theater, so I was drunk the entire day.
This was a big event. You dressed up as a Barbie underneath your big ass. What were you wearing?
An oversized T-shirt.
Like just that for Oppenheimer?
Yeah, and sandals with socks. I was gonna wear a trench coat. It was pretty hot that day.
Sound more like Jesus.
Like it was pretty hot. I make sure my hair looked messy for Oppenheimer because like I was about to watch a bomb explode. Like I just wanted to be comfortable. And I knew how long the movie was gonna be too. Like it was like 3 hours, and I knew it had a lot of dialogue, so I had to concentrate for that. Just wanted to be comfy, and then I went to dinner, and then I changed. I took everything off and changed to the Barbie clothes, and then I did my hair really fast in the bathroom for Barbie, which was great. But yeah, this was like an event. This was like a holiday.
It was. I can't remember a time where like two movies came out on the same weekend and everyone was excited to see both, and it was just like this fucking event that.
Well, that would be about Mamma Mia and Batman.
Was it really?
Yeah, they came out on the same day. It was the same ordeal.
I didn't know.
But then again, we were little. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were young. We were young as hell.
Mamma Mia,
And Batman,
Batman Begins, or The Dark Knight.
the one with Heath Ledger.
The Dark Knight came
Yeah.
out. Okay.
Yeah, so those two were also
Wow.
pretty big. But I feel like July 21st will go down as one of the books, man.
That weekend was insane.
Insane.
Let's talk about Barbie. Just in general, is like what were your thoughts in the movie?
I have a lot of thoughts.
Go ahead. What's your first one that comes to mind?
I hate men.
That's a yeah, but only if they have a dick. Because if they have just plastic under there,
But even with the plastic though, look how shitty they were.
Asian Ken, Ken, parentheses whatever the guy played by Simu Liu, that Ken.
Yeah, that kid.
He he was a dick.
They all were.
But I love Ryan Gosling.
Oh, he was great. He was great. I thought it was so funny. Then again, I thought it had a lot to do with also the way society works. Like all Barbie did was it mirrors society. Like you're watching a movie about death and life and what it is like being human and having empathy and sympathy. And then you go watch Oppenheimer and it's about a fucking bomb. Like that's really like the correlation between both movies that I have right now. Death.
Imminent. It's real. It's there.
And now I have become death, the destroyer of two worlds. Kills me. But yeah, like Barbie, I just feel like it did mirror society a lot, especially with like what women go through, and also like it has such I don't even want to say simple because I feel like it was pretty much complex at the same time because there was a complexity to it. Like the story of the mom and the daughter, like that to a lot of people that
one hit home.
That one hit home. At least for me, I was down bad in that. I was sobbing.
I think every woman was, at least 90% of them were sobbing.
My mom was sobbing.
Little girls were probably like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, like a lot of people were crying. And I think it was because like, at the end of the day, your mom's just a girl. And you never think about it like that.
Your mom was just a girl that grew up.
Your mom's just a girl that just got pregnant with another girl. That's fucking sad.
Yeah, that's life.
No, it shouldn't be. But I don't know. I feel like the part about Barbie that really, I like recently got out of a depressive episode. Yeah. And like the part that of Barbie that did hit me was like when she was like, "Well, I don't feel good enough for anything."
Oh yeah.
That fucked me up.
Down on her luck, Barbie.
Yeah, down on her luck, Barbie. Irresponsible thoughts of death, Barbie. Yeah. That was me.
Fucking Margaret. The little fourth wall break when they were like Margot Robbie was not.
Oh, you're like, I just don't feel pretty anymore. Not to the directors. Margot Robbie is not the adequate actress to cast for this.
That actually had me fucking crying.
It was so good. I was another thing about Barbie though that I think I wasn't expecting because I didn't think people were gonna take it to the heart so much. One, conservatives are mad for some reason. They're mad. I don't know why they're mad.
Conservative men, and like some women like
conservatives.
This wasn't made for my kids. Like no shit.
It was rated PG-13. Dumbass. Like what did you think? Yeah. Like no, it's not made for fucking kids. Just because it's Barbie doesn't mean it's made for kids. It's just it was literally rated PG-13 for a fucking reason. And even then, Barbie is not even like a huge toy anymore. I know some girls do have some, but
yeah, because thanks to you guys, your fucking kids are on iPads instead of playing with Barbies. You know, learning about being a woman,
learning about having a career.
Yeah,
like I had all the Barbies. I think I had about like 40 Barbies.
God damn.
And I had the dream house. I had a car.
I know damn well, knowing you, like 20 of them were like. The messed up
weird Barbies.
Yeah, the weird Barbies, yeah.
Like half of them, 100%.
Had to be.
They had to be. I feel like, no, they definitely were all the weird Barbies. Like, at least 20 of them were.
I just looking at you, I just knew it.
Of course. What else would I was an only child. I was bored. Like, what else could I do?
Because you immigrated, right, to the U.S. like at 8, I think you said?
11.
11? Okay, 11. So you were playing with Barbies in DR.
Yeah. And I had a Barbie Jeep that I fitted and drove.
That's cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. I missed that.
This movie should have been called the Ken movie because all the Ken stole the scenes. They had the best scenes in my opinion.
I love the song.
Oh, the Ken song.
I love it. 'Cause I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10.
I'm Ken enough. I'm
Ken enough. No, I feel like it also has a lot to say about men too, though. Like the whole thing with Ken, like I feel like, and that's why I don't understand when people are mad about some people are mad about the movie, because in reality the movie is just saying that men are just enough existing. Like they don't have to do all the shit they think they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's like what I took from the movie, and it's true. Like you don't have to be the fucking savior of like a damsel in distress. You don't have to like mansplain anything. You could enjoy fucking Pink if you want to enjoy fucking Pink. You can wear whatever you want. Like you can be yourself. And I feel like, and it's kind of like this double-edged sword where like I generally do hate men. My whole chest, genuinely. However, I feel like a lot of men that I know, a lot of men that I've dated, should just kind of like just realize that they're just good. Like they're okay being themselves. Like they don't have to be all of those things, like super like fucking masculine and like beers and like all that shit. Like they don't have to do all of that. And like we're in a place where I thought all of that was gone, but in reality it hasn't really left society. And also when it comes to women, like it's always kind of like you have to be the best, but you can't be too good because then your boyfriend gets threatened.
Word.
And I go through that in my fucking, like, every relationship that I've been in, that's the shit that I've always been.
Yeah, her monologue, the mom's monologue.
Oh, that shit killed me.
Oh my God, I was like, yeah, that's good shit.
It's the truth.
That's the fucking truth.
It's the truth. Like, that you want to be healthy and not thin, but by healthy, you have to mean thin. So, like, you cannot just be healthy. You, in reality, have to be thin.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get old. you have to look good, but not too good that men will come after you. And also not too good that other girls are threatened by you. Like that shit's it's the fucking truth.
I feel like the one thing you have to take away from Barbie is like mind your own fucking business and just let people be people.
Right. I think the movie was really not even about like I know it had a lot to do with girlhood and like in essence even manhood with the whole Ken situation. But I feel like the movie was really more about just having a human experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think obviously I feel like women are better at having a human experience than men because men just have no empathy. Not all men are the same. Some men just have no empathy.
A lot of men just go through life not knowing
shit. They need to get a fucking acid trip to feel empathy. Like I learned that shit when I got my period, dog. Like what? Like when I was like 12. Like shut up and sit down. Like I just feel like it had to be. The movie really had a lot to do with being just human and existing. Because even the scene like at the end of it when she's like just feel. That's the essence of being human.
Mm-hmm.
You're just feeling. That's literally the essence of life. You're just feeling.
You know who's also feeling? Warner Brothers, because they made $1 billion off of Barbie.
Right, Greta Garbo did it.
She did it.
$1
First female director to make $1 billion.
In less than what, like 2 weeks?
Well, I think now it's 3 weeks. I think 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
I've watched it each week since it came out.
You gave them all the money.
I did. I gave him the $1 billion. It was all me. Sorry, guys. I'm broke now. That's crazy. Damn, what would I do with $1 billion? I would think I would make Barbie Land. I would love to be in Barbie Land.
I don't think Barbie needs a sequel.
No, I don't. It can't.
It's just
it would
a
be shit.
standalone.
It would be absolute trash. No, I want an Alan movie.
Alan, that's what I was
Also,
like,
talking about. This was another thing with the whole like masculine thing. Like in reality, the most masculine guy. Ooh, that was loud. The most masculine guy in the movie was Alan. He defends his community. He stands for what he believes in. He actually helps the women for what they actually want to fight for, instead of the fucking Kens. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You see, like the difference. Like that's actual that shit is hot to me. Like that is actual masculinity.
Greta,
not
there's your movie. Make an Alan movie.
Make an Alan movie. Do it, please. I love that man.
Alan is just waiting to be explored. Can we also talk about like the little dance choreography that they have?
Great. It was awesome. I kind of want to learn it. I was like, you did let me up in the night. It was great. I loved it.
And like the end fight when it's just all the Kens going against the I think that might have been my favorite part of the whole movie. Besides the message, I get it. You know, the message.
I think one of my favorite parts was like when the Barbies were like plotting against the Kens, and one of the revenge thing was like, oh, just make them fight against their petty jealousies.
Yeah.
Like you just make them fight against their own petty jealousies, and what do? They just like, sit there. That's another thing. Like men really think we want all that romantic fucking bullshit. I don't want to be fucking serenaded at a fucking beach for hours. Like I don't want to be uncomfortable looking at you. Like just be Alan. Be Alan.
Sometimes just be Alan.
Sometimes when in doubt, be Alan.
Be Alan.
Be Alan.
Just acknowledge.
Just acknowledge. Watch. Stay in your lane. Be yourself.
Mm-hmm. And
be grateful for the world around you. Just be Alan.
Be Alan.
Be Alan.
All right. Any final thoughts on Barbie?
I'm here to see my gynecologist.
What a great last line for a movie.
Oh, it was great. I was not expecting that.
I was like, okay.
I thought she was gonna get into a job interview or like to see something or like I don't know.
Social Security.
Yeah, Social Security or get her birth certificate because like you know that's important. But honestly, like and even that too. Like I thought about it and I was like, that's fucking great. Because in reality, like going to the first time to your fucking gynecologist, a lot of people like I think I was excited, but I was scared as hell.
You see, I was just like confused at first because I was like, because Barbies don't have the female reproduction. Was she gonna get one, or did she enter the world already having one, and this is like her first appointment?
Well, it had to be her first appointment because she became human when she asked Ruth, the creator,
right,
to become human, and then Ruth is like, you don't need my permission, like just feel. So like she just became human. Now I don't know what kind of magic happened in there, but
Like, did she get to visualize like how it was gonna look,
I don't
or
know.
was it like you just get Margot Robbie's?
Do you think it was perfect?
Had to be if it was Ruth.
I don't know if they just. Do you think Mattel like designed her vagina right then and there? That'd be crazy.
That would be
That
insane.
would be crazy.
Because that would mean men would have chose how it looked like.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I'm okay with that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm okay with that. But yeah, like that was a great line because like the first time you go see your gynecologist, you're fucking scared, but you're excited and you're like, does this make me a grown adult? Blah blah blah. I don't know. I thought the movie was good.
Speaking about men that make decisions, Oppenheimer, the second biggest movie that week.
Oppenheimer?
Yeah. Christopher Nolan's masterpiece, people are calling it. You saw it how many times? Once?
Saw it once. I wanted to watch it again, but it like I just couldn't. I feel like it's just one of those movies that you watch once, you know, drown yourself in it, enjoy it, love, but you just watch it once.
I watched it twice.
You watched it twice.
Yeah.
See, that's the difference between you and me. Meanwhile, I watched Barbie like 3 times, and I want to go again.
I loved Oppenheimer.
It was pretty good.
I watched it in New York in the Lincoln Square IMAX.
You're insane.
And it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause like they're projecting it like on like a film projector. So you see all the individual like, well, not you can't see all the individual frames, but like you see like the film and like the little imperfections and like the screen. Camilla was bigger than this fucking house. It was huge. And the fucking sound, you know, like the very end when Einstein and Oppenheimer are talking, and then it just, and then like, you know, I was devastated. Like the sound in that theater, like it went through my gut and like it spilled out through my mouth. I was like,
ew.
I was having a fucking seizure. It was beautiful. I was devastated. It was probably one of the best movie theater experiences I ever had because it was just that movie. You had to watch it on the biggest fucking screen with the best sound. It was just that good. Props to the sound engineers. Props to the cameraman for taking one for the team. Thank you for getting nuked for our entertainment.
Do you think they really got nuked?
Well, all
the bomb was real, right?
all the bomb was real. Like it wasn't an actual nuke. It was just a lot of explosions and like, how do you call it?
How many times do you think they had to like reshoot that? Or do you think they did it once and prayed for the best?
I think they might have shot it. I think max 3 times because the budget wasn't like that big. It wasn't Avengers level budget, so they had to do it probably like a couple of times and that's it. Probably like maybe 3 or 4 times to get the camera angles and all that.
But that's crazy. Imagine having to drop a bomb like 3 or 4 times for a movie, an entire bomb of them because that shit was big. That was a big bomb. That was a boom. Like that shit was pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anything that big since. You can cut this part out.
I'm putting it in. Haven't seen anything that big since Florence Pugh flashed me.
That was great. It was like out of nowhere too. It was like,
yeah.
oh, sexy, and I was like, whoa. Titties? Nice titties.
I was like that. I just had my mouth. I'm like, what?
I was like, oh, I like her better as blonde. That's what went through my head. I was like, oh, the blonde hair of her is better. She was still beautiful though.
She's gorgeous, and she was that scene they had in the interrogation room, the uncomfortable scene.
That went hard.
Emily Blunt sold that shit.
Yo, this is what I'm talking about. I hate men because how come like this man cheats on his wife? Blah 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 blah. As men normally do. I got cheated on, multiple times. In reference, I am extremely attractive, so it's hard to believe. Um,
I'm not laughing because I think it's untrue. I'm just laughing because she really just said that.
no, I know. I'm sorry. I get one out of pocket comment.
Go
here.
ahead. Go off.
But yeah, like he cheats on her. He like, I didn't like how he. I mean, to be fair, she was having a pretty bad alcohol problem though. Like she was also like going through her own shit. But then
Both of them were like mentally like not there.
unstable. Yeah, no, 100%.
Because Florence Pugh offed herself. Spoilers. And this whole podcast is spoilers.
Yes,
We're talking spoilers all day because I know everyone watched these two movies.
I hope so.
But yeah, Florence offed herself, and then Emily Blunt was like chugging down Jack and Coke while her fucking baby was fucking crying.
Like what? Yeah, he just had like that great fucking monologue. That shit was hot. That was hotter than the sex scene. That actually turned me on. I'm not gonna lie.
It was good.
It was good. Cause like it was like also like the delivery of it. Like I obviously cannot remember the words, but she like looked like she made them think that she was confused, and then when the guy asked her the question, she just went off.
She went Uno reverse.
She said, "Fuck you." She said, "Fuck around and find out," and they found out. And I relate to that, quite honestly. Yeah, I mean, I've never had a husband that set up a nuclear bomb, and people. Oh, nice. Wait, sorry. Somebody took my shift from work.
Oh,
Like it was just a great delivery. Like I think from an acting point of view too. Like that's good acting. Like that monologue with Emily Blunt gave. Like that.
yeah.
That was obviously she's a great fucking actress. But that there, I feel like that was like her moment in that movie. Cause like I don't know. Like we did see a lot of her and a lot of her emotions too. But I feel like obviously the movie was about Oppenheimer, so we saw a lot of Cillian Murphy. That man is beautiful.
Cillian Murphy's eyes.
The things I will do for
Get
that
my
man.
fucking knees weak, bro. I've been saying it since I first saw him in Batman Begins.
The things I will do for that man.
You know what? If Oppenheimer looked like that in real life,
Oh,
you could probably let it slide.
he could bomb me.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's okay. I'd gladly take it. You know, it's fine. Whatever you want, baby. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Anyways, yeah, no, like that delivery was great. Like the acting and that monologue, it showed completely as well, and it was just really good to see because I was getting like excited. I was like, yeah, fucking destroy them, annihilate them. Because it's a thing also about women, and something that I'm also very good at is that I could mess somebody up just by saying things the exact same way she said it. Like she said all those things, like psychological messing with somebody's head. I love doing that to people when they piss me off or when I'm in a situation like that. I mean, I've never been in a court because my husband bombed people. I don't have a husband, but that was probably my favorite part of the movie. Like my favorite scene, besides the bomb. Everybody likes the bomb.
Oh no, that integration scene was.
That's also
my
something
scene.
crazy about the bomb too. I thought the movie was gonna just be, because obviously we all know the story, the history of it all. It's been taught to us plenty of times, and you know it's there. I thought that the movie was just gonna be like, oh, how the bomb was made, and then the bomb was gonna explode, and the movie ends. I thought that's what the movie was gonna be. But then the movie, like I remember like the bomb exploding, and then I was like, oh shit. I was like, is the movie almost over? This can't be 3 hours. And I looked at my watch quickly, and I was like, oh shit, we still have like an hour and a half left.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. Because I was like, this can't be it. This can't be all. Like, I need to know.
Yeah.
The trial too, like Robert Downey, Iron Man. It was great.
Iron Man was.
Also Drake and Josh, or just Josh, really.
The thing about Christopher Nolan, at least in particular this movie, it doesn't matter how little lines you get. When the camera's on you, you get to fucking shine.
You get to shine.
Christopher Nolan directs this movie and expects everyone to be on their top, and everybody was.
Everybody was the main character.
Because Josh Peck, you can see it in his fucking face when he's about to fucking turn on the switch.
Oh my god.
Like he's about to shit his fucking pants.
Yeah.
And it's like.
And I can only imagine being in that fucking room though. Like if I was one of those performers, imagine like feeling that fucking anxiety. Because everybody looked fucking anxious.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Cillian Murphy himself, like...
I was shaking the entire time.
He put on the glasses, and then he took them off, and then he looked around. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, this is some big-ass deal. I was like, this is a... In reality, like, it is a huge responsibility. Like, and you're faced with this moral question of, like, if I have the knowledge to genuinely destroy the world, do I give that knowledge away or do I not?
It's just like... At that time, it was either let the Nazis win and everyone dies, because the Nazis were like getting close to getting a bomb themselves. And it's like, I don't know what I would have done in that same position.
No one knows.
It's just crazy to think that they could have literally ended the world. They didn't know. They just had to test it out first. They just had to
test it out.
And I was like, oh, fuck.
Like, and that's the crazy part. And I don't even think... It's obviously, like, also, like, the morality of it all, too. Like, I don't think he made the bomb. Maybe that's just me because I see the best in people. I don't think he genuinely made the bomb to harm anybody. I thought he was doing it for the sake of wanting to end the war. But I don't think he even realized how many people were going to die. He didn't. Like, I don't think that ever, like... crossed his mind about how many people were actually going to die or how much I was gonna fuck him up. And then, of course, as the government always does, he got blamed for it.
Yeah.
And that's the craziest shit too, because he was just coming up with theories at first, and like trying to like figure out atoms and whatever the hell. And then the military reaches out and they're like, hey, you want to build this bomb for us because we want to end the war. And he's like, I am a patriotic individual. I would want to be a great citizen. So yeah, like.
Yeah, they were literally about to, like, at least according to Oppenheimer, they were literally just going to, instead of building the nuclear bomb, go straight to the hydrogen bomb. Which, that shit could level New York like it's fucking nothing. Like, an atomic bomb will kill a certain amount of people, like a small town, like a small city. But, you know, buildings and shit will still be left over. You put a hydrogen bomb, like, shit's dust.
Done.
Like, they were really about to, like, be the cruelest motherfuckers in history. And Oppenheimer was like, nah, we're not ready for that shit yet. Let's just do the atomic bomb first, see how it goes. Let's, like, not try to kill the whole planet. Because we don't know what the fuck's going to happen. And that shit's scary. I could only imagine living through the times after the atomic bomb up until like the 90s when like, you know, peace, whatever, between Russia, when the Cold War ended. Like all those years in between the Cold War, just like the amount of bomb shelters we have and still have left over, like the impact.
I mean, the world was in panic, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the world is still in panic. Remember when fucking New York released that commercial last year of the girl saying, "Oh, if we get like an atomic war warning, I don't know if it was a nuclear war, hide." She was like, "Just go inside your house." You didn't see that commercial?
I don't think I saw that commercial.
I'll show you, but it was fucking crazy. That came out like last year, and I'm like, why are we talking about getting bombed? Like, it's 2022 at the time. Like, and I think like the world will forever be in panic because like. It could very much happen again. We just don't know when or how or where.
When Trump was president, I don't think I've ever felt that much panic from getting nuked from North Korea.
Oh, I thought we were gonna get nuked just from that fucking movie that came out. Remember? What's the name of the movie?
Oh, the interview?
Yeah, the interview. I thought we were gonna get bombed just from that movie alone. I said, we're done.
Fucking Seth Rogen.
We're done. I said, I watched the movie because when the movie first came out, we were like, what, sophomores in high school?
Yeah, something like that.
Before the movie came out, I was like, oh, it's gonna be such a funny movie. Like, why are the North Koreans so mad about it? It's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
Then I watched it and I was like, oh, we're getting bombed.
Oh yeah.
We're getting bombed for this one.
They threatened us because of the movie. The movie wasn't released in theaters.
Yeah.
Because of that. Kim Jong-un was like, I don't like what they said about me, so either take that movie down or I'm gonna try to bomb your shit. And US was like, all right, we'll just release it on Netflix. let's keep the peace, everybody.
Right. Like,
that was some scary fucking time.
That was a scary time because I genuinely thought that we were gonna go into war because of that fucking movie. I was like 14, 15, so I was like, anything was setting me off at the time. Like, I thought that the world, like, I really thought we were gonna have a war at any given moment. And then of course, then a year later, fucking Trump wins, and I'm thinking, I was like, we're done. Why would I even go to fucking college? We're done. We're gonna die.
That's
like,
it.
And you know what? Surprisingly, somehow we haven't died.
Yeah, we pulled through.
But yeah.
I mean, we were even more fearful of dying from Corona. Really.
I mean, I feel like the pandemic though.
Pandemic had me shook.
Pandemic had me shook as well.
Cause like, the bodies on the streets in Guayaquil.
Oh, you were in Ecuador at the time.
I wasn't, but I was doing. I saw it on the news.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was making a little documentary about it, and I was just like crying my eyes out editing the video.
That shit was sad.
This shit was not sad. Real.
I remember. I think the craziest thing about the pandemic, for me, like when I realized how this was the moment that I realized, oh, this is bad, like bad, and it was because at the time, obviously we were making money, so me and my mom would just go to New York to get donations from this church that my dad told us to get to. Because one, we wanted to save the money, and they were giving us free Trader Joe's food. So we win. Lit. The first time we went, since it was in the city, I'm talking about like the heart of Manhattan, like in Manhattan, like by 23rd Street, like Chelsea, Manhattan. Mm-hmm. So you have to go through Times Square and all that shit. I drove to fucking New York City. First of all, I was shocked that I made it in 20 minutes because there was no traffic.
Oh yeah, shits were abandoned. It was
that shocked me in itself. I said, what? And then I remember driving and seeing not one person in New York fucking City. And I remember getting fucking chills because I was like, that's when I realized how bad it actually was.
The world changed.
It was still like pretty early in the pandemic too, probably like 2 months in, but like I was in college at the time. Like I wasn't, not that I ignored it, I was kind of like so caught up with like, oh, I have schoolwork, like it's fine, I just get to be home. Like I was like, I get to be home all day, perfect type of thing. But then like once I went to New York, I was like, oh, this is terrible. Because I wasn't like fucking upstate New York or like anywhere like far. I was like Times Square. I drove through Times Square as if it was nothing.
The city that never sleeps was dreaming that
dreaming, bro. They were on their third REM.
Word up.
I think we got off topic.
It's okay. That's how it goes sometimes.
But yeah, I feel like, but to be fair, those are all events that are, I don't want to say similar to the fucking nuclear bomb because they're not, but they have impacted humanity as much as that fucking bomb.
Yeah, but in our age, that was our panic.
That was our panic.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine being alive, just being a regular fucking citizen back then.
And you know, it also kind of relates to it because, look, we don't have nuclear warfare, but right now we have biological warfare. Like, some of these diseases were pretty much basically said that they were created in a lab. Like, these diseases are so perfect. Yeah. That, like, you can't really find them out in the wild. It's just like...
And I think that's even scarier than... Because, okay, this might sound bad to some people, but if I had to choose if I'm gonna die in an explosion or suffering for a fucking disease that I don't know how the fuck I got and how it came to me, I think I want the explosion.
I think so too.
I want the war. Because, like, I mean, look at fucking COVID. Like, I know people that passed, unfortunately. But, like, I remember you couldn't see your family members. You couldn't see your friends. Like, like, I'd rather just quickly go. Just end me in a second. It's fine. Mm-hmm. Than have to suffer for weeks, months, days, or whatever from a disease that someone created to hurt the citizens of another country. I don't know. I think the world we live in is pretty fucked up. I think the aliens are also real.
Let's talk about the aliens. Because we're all here busy talking about everything else going on, all these problems, and then the aliens, the omnis, be like, hey, we're here too.
We're here too. Like, hey, we've been here all this time.
And, like, nobody gave a fuck.
Nobody gave a fuck. If that doesn't tell you the current state of our, like, society, I don't know what does. Because, like, mind you, there are people that since, like, the 60s, 50s, 40s even, that have believed in aliens and that generally, like, just wanted the government to fucking admit it. There's some of them are still alive. Like, there's some stories on YouTube that are pretty good. And then we're told that they are real. And my first thought was, okay, well, I need to pay rent. I don't give a fuck about the aliens. As a matter of fact, if the aliens pay for dates and they're over 6 foot,
Yeah.
and they're gonna treat me nice, send one my way.
Yeah.
Send one my way. If they're gonna give me trauma because my personality is too grand, send one my way.
Yeah. Are they gonna fix our economy? Are they gonna create new jobs? Because if not, who gives a fuck right now?
Are they gonna love me? Like, are they gonna love me? Yeah. That was my concern. I was like, well, send me one, I guess. I like to meet one.
Sure.
Do you think they change shapes?
They could.
I think I want my alien to look like Brad Pitt.
That wouldn't be like 25-year-old Brad Pitt.
Like 30.
30?
30. I like the
Troy.
30. Yeah.
Troy or Brad Pitt, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yes. Oh, that was a good Brad Pitt.
God, that's not bad.
Or maybe I want my alien to look like Cillian Murphy. I take the Brad Pitt comment back.
Cillian Murphy.
Yes, it's my accent. No, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the world is crazy.
The world's getting crazier by the second.
But yeah, the bomb, crazy movie though. I feel really bad for Oppenheimer because like, how did he end up getting blamed? I don't know, but like to be fair, if I putting myself in his shoes, I would have made the bomb. Granted, I'm not a physicist. I'm not smart.
I'm gonna make the bomb.
But I would have.
You probably would have eaten some Chipotle and like
some Chipotle and a Wendy's and strawberry lemonade. That would have done it for me.
That's it.
And that's all. Just 2 chicken nuggets and strawberry lemonade. That would have been a bomb.
That would have been the biggest bomb.
Biggest bomb.
She would have been devastating.
But like, think about it this way: if your country's military at the time, we're not talking at a time where uniform meant power, where cops, meant something. Where it's true though. Like, I think back in the 60s, if a cop told me to like take my shirt off, I would have.
Cops were actually built back in the day. Like now you have them
RoboCop?
built and or fat as fuck. It's like
That's also the thing.
Yeah.
Like, they look good. Not anymore though. Like,
I don't know about now.
now they don't really. I don't know. But yeah, like I would have made the bomb. I would have done what he did. I mean, it would have eaten me alive. And I think
I would have made it faster and just bombed the Nazis. But
that's also what I don't understand to this day. Maybe I'm also not the greatest. I like history, but like this, I try to avoid this.
I love history.
Yeah, like you like it more than I do. I avoid stories like this because they make me sad. But like, why do they have to bomb Japan?
Well, because they bombed us at Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor.
So we entered war, and they didn't have to, but Japan wasn't hopping off our dick. So it was either we bomb them or we lose more men. And I think we just got tired of losing men. Like the Nazis weren't a problem, but the Japanese were. So we're gonna bomb you once to show what we got, and then we're gonna bomb you a second time to show you that we could keep doing this until you stop. And then Japan, after the first bomb, they didn't stop. Like, okay, you know what? One bomb, that ain't shit. We're gonna keep going. 3 days later, another bomb. All right, you know what? This shit's kind of cruel. You guys are fucked up. We're gonna chill. Let's just like not do this anymore.
But I don't know. Like,
I feel like it would have been more justified against an army base, but like a whole town of innocent people, it was just.
That's where I'm at. Like, it should have been an army base then. Like, that's where I'm like, why innocent people? Like, at the end of the day, like, it's kind of, it just makes no sense. Like, it makes no sense to me that war, like, whatever the rules of war are, they have to bomb like the innocent cities because most of those people, they probably agreed with the U.S. at the time. I don't know. Like, they probably did it. They probably didn't even want their country to go to war. Like, that's kind of like where I'm at. Like, I'm not saying they shouldn't have bombed them. I mean, I don't know, but Why innocent people? It should have been the military base.
Yeah. But they had to make their point, I guess. I mean,
cruel.
it did stop the world war, but it also like demonstrated the worst side of humanity. I feel like.
No, 100%. Because I even feel like the bomb of Pearl Harbor. I mean, it was a horrible thing, and it did happen. It was terrible, but it wasn't as big as the 2 bombs we sent them.
No, everything's bigger in Texas.
Except men's dicks. and I will know. I know.
Exclusive.
You know what? I don't know. I feel like maybe we are gonna have a war soon.
They're estimating it. They're predicting it. At first, it's more. They're saying it's more likely we have a civil war than a world war.
I think we are gonna have a civil war.
And like, we're gonna lose because we have no guns.
What do you mean we?
Like, because they're saying it's like the Civil War, like the North versus the South, and if the South has all the fucking guns that we keep blaming them for.
Oh baby, I have dual citizenship. I'm going my ass to the
Oh yeah, that's it.
I'm taking my ass back to the DR. You're more than welcome to come.
I'm Canadian at that point.
Yeah. Oh, I got a passport recently, so I'm just going anywhere. Italy, here I come. Honestly, I will serve cunt for my country. I would. Give me a uniform. I would go to war.
I don't have one at the moment.
I think I would go to war.
I would go to war if the guns were like water pistols. And that would be fun.
We can have our own civil war in the backyard.
Yeah, or like paintball. Can we just do it like it's paintball? Like I hit you and you're out. Like we don't like whoever wins.
Yeah.
You know, like the World Cup or something.
We should recreate the episode of Community with.
Oh, the paintball episode.
Yeah, the paintball episode,
so
but with water guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be fun. It's a nice summer activity. Speaking of, it's already August.
Yeah, and all I've done this summer is cry.
And be like, it was such a stay-at-home summer. I don't know if it was that same way for you, but I didn't do shit.
I couldn't. Well, I was honestly like going back to the Barbie movie. Even like I was so. Obviously, you didn't know because I wasn't. I just kept to myself at the time. I was so depressed.
Yeah.
I was just going through a lot, and I think from like the end of May, June, July, I don't have a lot of recollection because I was just fucked up. Like it was so bad. I couldn't get up from bed at all. And I just stayed home the entire summer. I mean, I barely even worked. I mean, I worked a lot at the same time. But there were days that I was like, I'm not coming in. Like, no.
Yeah, because every time I text you, like, oh, I got to go to work. I'm
yeah.
Like, damn, this bitch working hard.
Because that's the only thing I could do to distract myself so I don't off myself in a bathroom. Like.
Fuck.
Let's just go to work. I couldn't drink because I know if I drink.
Emotionally unstable Barbie.
Yeah, emotionally unstable Barbie. If I drink, I knew I was gonna get like really, really sad because alcohol's so depressing. If I smoke weed, I was gonna get stuck. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the next best thing of the drugs and go to fucking work. Like,
I would have just jerked off.
I tried. That didn't work.
Post-nut clarity? No.
No, I'm being so dead ass. I was
oh my gosh.
I just got my libido back. I couldn't even masturbate.
I'm so sad for you.
Like I couldn't. It's from March until like maybe 3 weeks ago because I saw this guy, not my ex, a different guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just nothing. Nothing was like nothing. All I could do was sit on the couch and watch Stranger Things. Yeah,
I fucking love that Stranger Things theme song.
Me too.
And I don't think I've ever skipped it.
No, why would you?
It's such a good theme song. I need to finish it. I haven't finished it yet. Last thing we're going to talk about, I sent you a link. I don't know if you received a link through text.
I did.
We're going to talk about what movies we're excited for that are coming out this year.
I'm excited for Theater Camp. I haven't seen it yet. It already came out though.
Theater Camp?
Yeah, it already came out.
The fuck is that? It's like a theater kid movie.
No, yeah, yeah. It's about theater camp, but it's like a mockumentary.
Oh really?
Yeah, it looks good.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Okay, I think I'm excited for The Nun 2. Oh, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. That's a good one, but it's more of like a chick flick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a trailer. I was like, okay, it's there. I'm excited for Blue Beetle. George Lopez. I already bought my tickets. Strays, the movie about the dogs, with Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx. No.
No. The Haunted Mansion. I want to watch that.
Haunted Mansion came out already.
It did?
Yeah, came out like last week. Gran Turismo looks pretty okay. The Expendables 4. I haven't seen a trailer for it. So, also, Spy Kids Armageddon. There's a Spy Kids reboot.
I am not excited for that.
What the fuck is going
I just feel like they need to stop making fucking reboots. Like, just make good movies.
Yeah, or just continue.
Look at how easy it is with fucking Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah, just make something original.
Make something good.
Yeah.
Just make something original. Like, make something that makes me fucking excited. Like, I don't need another Spy Kids because the real Spy Kids was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
I bought Spy Kids 3D on DVD.
Ooh.
And it has a 3D version.
Ah.
So I need to buy 3D glasses. So I could watch it and, get my eyes burned up. Dumb Money is a movie about the GameStop crash, like the stocks. Remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
My friend, he got contacted by the producers because they needed a house to shoot that movie in. And he said yes, and then he had to turn it down because, tragedy. But what's his face? Ariana's ex?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson. Seth Rogen. A whole bunch of people were going to be at his house filming that fucking scene. I'm like, bitch.
He should have done it. What the
Damn.
hell?
The Marvels. I'm not really excited for the Marvels.
Uh-uh.
And the trailer look nice, but like, I think I'm going to just wait for Disney.
Saw X.
Saw X. I haven't seen any of the Saw movies.
September. I like Saw movies. I mean, they kind of mess you up. Exorcist. Oh, Exorcist. I actually do want to watch that.
The Exorcist
Believer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, I need to watch it.
I watched it in the Oppenheimer theater.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my god.
And I watched Oppenheimer. That's when it came up.
I've never been like terrified of a trailer in my life.
That shit was good, and I looked like that girl. She looked all scary. I was like, oh, I look like that in the morning.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely the eyes.
I know they're. I'd be great for a scary movie.
Oh, you would.
I would. I could scream really loud.
Don't even need no CGI on that
Nothing.
face. It's just
maybe
bad.
like if you want to give me a fake bruise or something.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
about it.
Rebel Moon on Netflix looks fun. Wonka has me wonky on the movie. I don't know if I love it or I hate it.
I think I'm gonna watch it on streaming services.
You think so?
When it comes, I don't think I want to pay money for that movie.
The one movie I am gonna pay for and is gonna be Dune Part 2. I haven't seen the first part.
I've never seen the first
one. But
one.
I saw the trailer.
The trailer
for
looked good. Yeah. The first one never caught my attention like that.
No.
It didn't do much.
It came out during the pandemic too, so it's like.
Yeah, I was really out of it.
Should have seen it, but we didn't. And then Aquaman. I'm gonna see Aquaman regardless.
Yeah, I know that's something you have to watch. Thanksgiving.
People over here hyping the fuck out of Paw Patrol. Like, how old are you guys? I didn't grow up with Paw Patrol.
I didn't grow up with Paw Patrol.
Why is Twitter like? Is Twitter run by young 15-year-olds now? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, the new generation's coming in.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say Twitter.
X. Color Purple. I kind of do want to watch that. It's a musical, but I don't know if they're gonna do it like. I just want to watch The Color Purple. There's Five Nights at Freddy's too, in October.
I hope it's good too.
That's what I want to watch.
I haven't watched the trailer, but that's because I don't want to spoil myself. To be honest, I hate watching trailers. But if they're at the movie theater, you kind of have no fucking choice but to watch.
I think that's it. That's pretty much the movies I'm excited for.
Thoughts on the strikes?
What strikes?
The actors.
Oh,
The SAG-AFTRA.
I don't even know. I don't know why I asked what. I don't exactly what you were talking about.
So fucking strikes.
I think that we are at a time where everybody should be paid for their fucking work.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like before streaming services, we have residuals, which was basically like, for example, if you like, for example, Friends is a huge show from the 90s. Friends it's still on cable, so if ABC or whatever network runs it, all those actors, they get a check. Now with streaming services, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, like I've rewatched Friends on streaming services like probably like 5 times ever since it was on Netflix like 5 years ago. They don't pay anybody for rewatching their shows, and I think that's kind of like, you know, like you can only act for so long, like you can only do certain things for so long. So everybody should be getting compensated when it comes to streaming services because they make so much money.
Yeah.
So much money. So much money. And I mean, that's only the streaming services alone. I'm also like I'm not even getting into like the whole AI and writers thing. Like you cannot have a robot create emotion. Like, yeah, maybe AI. I've used AI for like letters, like for corporate interviews, things like that. It's great for that, for professionalism stuff. It's great for like, write me a love letter, things like, and even that, it's not authentic. Like I had an AI write me like a love letter because I was bored to see how it would come out, and I read it, but I was like, okay, it's pretty scripted. Like it's not authentic. The thing that when you have a writer write, like a real writer, a human, they're writing from experience.
Yeah.
One, and that's how we're able to identify and relate to those stories, because some people go through the same experience. Not everybody, but some people do. And you cannot have AI do that. As cute as it may sound, as cost efficient or whatever the hell, I don't even know why they think it's a good idea.
It's really stupid, and it's adding the fuel to the fire in that these big corporations really are just manufacturing movies at this point. Yeah. Like all the Marvel movies and all the Disney remakes. It's just like, bro, you're fucking killing cinema. It's like there's no original thought going into any of this shit. That's
also like the whole thing with, I'm not excited for Marvel movies anymore.
No.
Because I know exactly what it's going to be like. The CGI recently has been disappointed. Very disappointing. I think the last good Marvel, I mean, to be honest, Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty good. That was one of the better ones in a really, really, in years from Marvel. And I did like Doctor Strange.
The multiverse.
That one was good too. But even then, like those were maybe like the 2 better ones because they were highly anticipated and they had a huge budget. But even in the Doctor Strange like multiverse, at the end of the movie when he gets the third eye, that looked so bad. So fucking bad. And I was like, you guys didn't have the budget to actually make this look authentic? Like, I've seen drawings better than this. Like, yeah. And that's another thing. It's because apparently big companies like Marvel and all, HBO, all of them, they use other studios, in a sense like boutique studios that do have graphic designers that do all the CGI and stuff. The issue is that they send them the frames and the videos, and then they say, okay, I need this ready by next week. The due date is what kills everybody. Exactly. And honestly, but this has been a problem with movies since Hollywood began. Yeah. I forgot the name of the producer back in the 50s, but he was known for saying, I don't need it to be good, I just need it by Tuesday. Yeah. That's where the problems come in, where when you have a limit to your imagination, it's just going to be shit. Exactly. And like that's the problem. And that's also why, going back to the CGI thing, that's why Barbie was so good, and that's why Oppenheimer was so good. Yeah. Barbie had little to no CGI. All of those things were hand painted. All of the frames when she's like traveling to the real world and back and forth, those were all made like by hand.
Yeah, they were all physical sets.
They were all physical sets.
Oh my gosh, it wasn't a green screen for the first time.
For the first time in forever.
And it looked beautiful.
And it looked great. And it
felt real.
It felt real.
It felt real for a world that didn't exist.
Exactly. And it felt like, oh my God, like I want to be there. Like if it released dopamine. I was just releasing endorphins, like because it looked so good. Like the house was real.
Yeah,
all of it was real.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It was a toy. It was toys come to life. Like when that bitch stepped into the pool.
Oh, that shit killed me.
Like, yo, this is an actual toy.
That was so funny.
It was great.
And like the car too, when she's like,
yeah.
And then the car flips and they land and like, what the hell? But it was so good. And like back to Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer had also very little CGI. I mean, the bomb was real.
Yeah.
Obviously, but also like, and it was like what I really liked about Oppenheimer, like editing wise, was like the scenes of like the particles.
Yeah, the particles.
That was nice. I don't know how they did that. I don't know how they did that in camera. I don't know if they used like actual particles and zoomed in and out and then like edited it, or whatever. But that was nice.
Yeah. That
was actually like something that was creative and refreshing to see, because there's very, very few movies that do stuff like that. And there's also another thing, like for example, like both movies felt like A24 studio movies.
It felt fresh.
Because they feel fresh.
Yeah.
Right. And A24 is really good at that. And A24, I think, is the only studio that has compensated all of their workers.
Yeah.
At a fair wage.
Because they're not part of the how do you call it? The union.
The union.
Guess. Yeah, like they're not in charge of it.
Right.
So they're more independent. So they get to, have actors work.
That's also another thing why I didn't want to be under the acting union, because there are so many fucking limitations. You can't do shit if you're under equity at all, or under SAG. I'm talking equity because theater, but under SAG, you can't do much. Like once you're under,
mm-hmm.
And either you make it alive or you don't. And I just feel like I find it so stupid that this is like a topic, because it shouldn't. It should just be pay them. Just pay them.
Yeah.
Just pay them pay them. Like you cannot live in a world without fucking entertainment. And I'm not watching that movie because Warner Bros made it or because Moro made it. I'm watching the movie because of the actor that's there, because of the writer that wrote it, and the director that's directing it.
Yeah.
Personally, yeah. I'm not looking at what fucking studio made it. I'm looking at the person that's on the screen, who wrote it, who directed it, and everything behind it.
It's nuts. It's nuts, like how little they get paid. Like a normal actor under SAG, and then because of streaming, Netflix they get no residuals. They have no ads. It's ad free, and the actors that put their fucking self through it, they get nothing back in return.
They get nothing back in return.
Like they have to have jobs outside of their profession, just to make ends meet, and like that.
And that's what it is, ends meet. Like just to make, like think about that, just to make ends meet.
Exactly. Like
it's okay if because I know, for example, like obviously I went to theater school. Like I consider myself an actor because I'm very good, but I'm hardworking. But that's something that I couldn't do. Like I don't want to have to. Like I think, and that's something I told one of my friends too. I was like, I think that if I was solely living of acting, I would hate it, because of the limitations that are around it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd rather make ends meet with my regular job and enjoy acting the way I want to enjoy it as my hobby, because it's just like the more I learned about equity, SAG, I was like, this is so sad.
Yeah.
Because you're limiting people's imagination, dreams, even if you want to go that far, and you're also limiting their potential.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's like the whole AI and writing thing. Like to me, it's like, why is that even a question?
It shouldn't be. It just...
Like, why is that even a real question in reality? You can't. Like, it's just you can't. Like, I don't want to read a story about a fucking robot. Like, it's fun. Like, if I'm bored and I say, hey, write me a story about like a dog that apparently knows how to talk. It's cool. I can get that in like a second, but I read it, I'm like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah, AI should not be the default
It's a tool. It's a great tool.
It's a tool for sure.
It's a
but
great
it shouldn't
tool.
replace.
But it shouldn't replace. It's a great tool for like maybe inspiration. Maybe like if you're looking for like a certain plot and you can't come up with it, and then you want to take that, twist it, make it into your own type of thing. Great tool for everybody. But it shouldn't replace writers, because writers are real people with real professions, real experiences. And when I'm watching a show, a movie, or anything, or even reading a fucking book, I want to like see what's fucking real.
Yeah.
That's what it is about fucking Oppenheimer and Barbie. Like, they were real movies because they go into hand in hand into what society did and still does. It's a reflection. It's a mirror. That's what writing is.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That got me a little heated.
No, I mean, it should get us heated, because that's kind of like the world we're living in right now, where people are unsure if they're gonna fucking survive the winter because they don't have a fucking job, because they're on strike and they can't do anything else.
And I also like there's like this misconception of like, well, if they're on TV or like if they're on a show, like they must make a lot of money. No. In reality, I have a friend that I think he did like a Netflix episode. Yeah, he got paid maybe $2,000 for that. But then you also have to subtract the airplane, like the ticket to get there, stay if they didn't pay for stay,
all the expenses,
food if they didn't pay for those things. Damn. Bills.
And that's just an episode.
And
that's there's no guarantee of a second or third unless you're a star, unless you're like main cast.
And even then, the main cast was like there's some Nickelodeon shows. Oh, the girl from the Cheetah Girls, one of the Cheetah Girls, she's dead broke. I forgot her name, but it's one of them. Not Adrienne, because obviously not Raven, but it's one of the other two. Dead broke. And that the Cheetah Girls was at a time where we still had residuals, we still had ads, we still had like the Disney Channel, like blah blah blah, all those things. Imagine now. Also, like in Twitter, I don't know if you saw, but like the guy that played the dad in Lizzie McGuire, he got a check of his residuals and said 0.
Disney, run it back.
And that's another thing. Also, like Disney is, I don't want to say evil, like, cause I like Disney World and I like Disney things, cause they're all cute. But also, like, their corporation, like, I was reading about how, in reality, like, back in when they make shows, they change the name of a show after the 3rd season to make so they don't have to like give everybody a raise or pay the writers again, something like that. So remember we had Hannah Montana, and then we had Hannah Montana Forever, and then we had like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and then Zack and Cody on Deck. And then, like, there was a couple of things like that, too. And that was just a way of them, like, if they change the name, they don't have to pay their actors more, or, like, or anybody in the room more.
Oh, okay.
Really. Anybody, not just actors, but anybody in the room more. And that's so sick.
That's kind of fucked up.
I mean, I know those kids are, in reality, they didn't make a decent...
Oh, no. Most of the Disney Channel kids don't get to see their money till they're 18.
That's also another thing.
Like, and then by the time, their parents fucking spent it all, don't save up, and now they're on their own. Now they have to find another way to make money, if not by residuals.
The money is there.
There's not too much to negotiate, because there's not a lot that they're asking for.
The money is there. Like, it's not like the money's not there. It's not like it's a boutique studio. We're talking about Warner Bros, SAG. Like, we're talking about like big ass companies. The money is there.
Period.
Pay them.
Make it happen.
Pay them.
The writers too. The writers.
The writers should be compensated the most.
Like, they've been on strike for like 3 months already. Just like,
and that's
give
what
them something.
And that's so bizarre to me, because like, I mean, studying theater, like where I directed a play, it was a short play, but or even like watching my director, like she always said, you have to respect the writer. Always. Like, you cannot, like, you get fined if you mess up a word on stage. Of course, depending if it was actually planned to mess it up, not if it was like a natural mess up or anything like that, because things happen. But because like that's somebody's like hard work, like blood, sweat, and tears. You don't know how long it took them to write it, you don't know if that was like a traumatic event for that person and they were sharing that experience. And that's just me hitting the superficial stuff. Like the writers, like also directors cannot act without the writers. Like they cannot direct without the writers, and the actors cannot act without the director. The writers are what literally entertains,
and they get paid the least.
And they get paid, and that's the craziest part to me. They should get paid the most because the writers is really what entertaining us.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, let's just obviously Cillian Murphy's a great actor. Margot Robbie's a great actor. I know a lot. Like I've seen a lot of great actors. We know a lot of great actors. Do you really think they would be great if they didn't have those fucking one-liners?
Yeah. Someone had to come up with that shit.
Like, now I've become death, the destroyer of two worlds. Like, who? Like, what? Like,
it's people that write funny shit need to be compensated for their good jokes.
Oh, comedy's harder than drama.
So much harder.
Comedy's 10 times harder than drama. Like, and think about it too. Like, I'm thinking about it in a complete essence. In the past 20 years, there's only been maybe like 2 comedy shows in plays wise, not musicals, because musicals, you're singing in the end scene, something's about to be funny, but even then those are dramatic as well. Mm-hmm. Drama is 10 times easier to do. Comedy's hard.
Comedy's really hard.
Comedy's extremely hard.
There's just so many things that you have to maneuver through.
And people don't realize that. And that's what bothers me to talk about, like how I don't want to say neglecting, but how ignorant sometimes the audience can be and people are in reality. Because like,
yeah, it's not as simple as shut up and take my money. It's not that simple.
It's not that simple at all.
It's like, yeah, we know what you want, but it takes an entire team to build these productions.
And you either have it, and when it comes to comedy, you're either funny or you're not.
It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that. You can be a funny writer or you cannot be a funny writer. Or like the comedy timing with the actors too, like either you're funny or you're not funny.
I can't really think of a comedy that I went to go see in the movie theater where I bursted out loud laughing, because there aren't any really big comedy movies anymore. There isn't. Like 22 Jump Street was probably like the funniest movie I saw, and I was like,
which one?
22 Jump Street.
Oh yeah, but that was so long ago.
That was so long ago, bro. It was like 2013, 2014. And I was like, these like, remember when like comedies used to be big
Adam Sandler,
like pop culture shit.
All the Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, we're talking like Super Bad.
The like Grown Ups,
the Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like big comedy movies, or like that like fucking transcended time and space, that are in our cultural zeitgeist. That you were just there laughing forever. Like every 5 minutes. There's no great comedy now that we're gonna look back to like, oh my gosh, like this had an impact. Because there just aren't any good comedies anymore, and the writers aren't getting compensated for their fucking work. Now everything is going to SNL. Oh my god. And fucking SNL. Look, they're not perfect, but they deserve like something for like producing sketches every single week on a Saturday.
Yeah, because that's also hard.
That's a lot of fucking work.
That's like, because like they have like 2 days off out of the week maybe, and even then, like I know for a fact that people are like working during those 2 days, like and coming up with shit during those 2 days. Like they deserve a lot. Like it's not an easy thing, and then they have a week to do a whole show, and it needs to feel brand new every fucking week. It needs to feel new. It needs to be new. It's not like a joke that you can just like you have to redo. No, like it needs to be a new joke. It needs to be a new laugh, a new host, like every week. That takes a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, when you just start thinking about, you have to build a set, you have to get the actors to learn their lines, you gotta write like 5 different sketches, make sure everyone's on the same page. See what works, see what doesn't work. Yep. And then they have a host every week, so they have to get the host even if they're not good at acting.
And a performer.
Yeah.
Because the host is usually a performer. Well, not always. They have a host and then they have like a singer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that.
It's insane. The industry is insane, and and the people that work their hardest are not getting compensated.
Right.
It's just the people that say yes or no that are getting the most money in their pockets.
But also look at this, like look at also at the quality of writing, how it has gone down. I'm not saying it's the writer's fault. What I'm saying is that obviously there has been a shift, because like look at shows like, I'm thinking sitcoms. Look at shows like Living Single, Friends, Frasier, Scrubs, How I Met Your Mother, Community, New Girl. Those shows were funny.
Yeah, back when people had residuals and something to look forward to.
No, but even not only residuals, but like they had they were able to imagine and develop their full potential. Obviously, those were shows, so obviously there were still due dates, there were still this and that. But like those shows were funny, and now like tell me a show recently that's as good as good as one of those.
A sitcom, I can't think of one.
No, you can't.
There aren't a lot.
There aren't a lot.
People will probably
maybe
Barry,
maybe Blackish.
But I haven't watched it yet.
Blackish is good, and Insecure is good, but like even then, like those are actually really really good though.
But yeah, but those are on TV.
Those are streaming.
Blackish
is streaming.
It's streaming now.
Yeah.
It used to be on like NBC or on ABC.
Yep. Yeah, and even but actually Blackish was like 2013. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2014, 2015.
Oh yeah, that's true. It was on TV.
It was on TV. I remember watching it on TV.
Now it's streaming though. I think it's in
now
Netflix.
It's on streaming.
Yeah, but they also have like a whole like franchise thing. Like there's a lot of them, but those are good. Those are actually pretty good. But even then, I'm talking about like recent, like in the last 2 years.
You can't tell me anything good that came. Like I haven't seen any good comedies come out of streaming services. At least the new ones. There aren't anything that catch my interest. There are good shows. You know, The Bear.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, so good.
Oh my god, I can't.
The Bear is really good. It's a lot like where there's quality, but just back then there was just so much you could watch, like so many things. Like every channel, everyone there was healthy competition between everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But now everything's on streaming, so you could watch it a year later, and it's like, who gives a fuck?
Your Mother, the original How I Met Your Mother, and now look at How I Met Your Father.
It's so garbage.
Oh my god.
It's so fucking.
Oh my god. And it has good actors. It's like it doesn't have good actors.
No, the cast is there.
The cast is there, except for like
what...
there's one actor that I'm not really a big fan of. But like also I think like I don't know what they're going for.
Me neither.
Like I don't know what they're going for. Like
it's already been done.
Exactly, but like
but better, like way better.
Way better. I'm literally watching How I Met Your Mother right now. It's a great fucking show. It's a great, and I think about How I Met Your Mother that it's funny.
It's rewatchable as fuck.
It's rewatchable as fuck. You can sympathize with the characters because like there are episodes that I'm like, fuck, is this play about us?
Mm-hmm.
Like Maddie from Euphoria, like, fuck, is this about me? You know, like this is hitting home. But How I Met Your Father, I'm like, I just put it in the background when I'm fucking doing the dish or something because I don't laugh out loud.
I never laugh.
I don't laugh out loud, and it has good actors.
It does. I've seen all of them individually in better shit.
I mean, the girl from Sex and the City is the one that plays like the mom later on, like the older Hilary Duff. She's a great fucking actor.
Hilary Duff is there.
Hilary Duff is too. We're talking about like Samantha Jones from Sex and the City. I forgot her name. I think her name is Cynthia Knox. That's not her name. But like the acting, like the actors are there. It could be better.
The show is modern. Is the perfect example of something being manufactured and put out for entertainment. For fuck's sakes.
Without even thinking.
Yeah.
Because How I Met Your Mother was creative.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I know a lot of people like hated on it because a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's similar to Friends," but at the same time, it was not.
No, it was.
It was not
different.
It was a completely different show. It was still good. It had the same thing, like the friends and they're at a bar. I was hanging out, but like How I Met Your Father, like it just turned into like this, like, oh, I'm looking for a husband. This like sappy girl shit. And like it's just not good.
It's not. I think I think also writers need to be more comfortable just not being careful and woke. You know, like
Yeah, it's another thing. I feel like the show tries too hard.
you like stop, you know, being cautious of your eggshells. Just say what you want to say, and don't make the audience feel dumb.
Same thing with same thing with the new Sex in the City. The and just like that, I'm watching it because like I just want to see how the story ends at this fucking point. But you watched the original Sex in the City. You probably haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. No.
It's really good. The original Sex in the City is great. It's funny. It's there.
Yeah, it has its following. It's popular.
It has its following. It's popular. You cry. You laugh. And just like that, it's just kind of like, oh.
It's like, oh, maybe we could try to do the same things they did because it was funny before.
Same cast too. Like it's the same cast.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like, it's not
it
good.
Has no soul. Probably has
it
no
has
soul.
Nothing.
It's just manufactured.
Exactly. It's manufactured. So I honestly just like watching it because I really enjoy the outfits.
Yeah.
Okay. I really enjoy the outfits.
That's something.
And they're good at. They're still good at that. At selling me the dream that I'll be rich and living in an apartment in New York, in a penthouse in New York one day. But it's not like there's not much there. It's just like this whole thing of like they want to. Like I don't know why shows are so obsessed right now with mirroring,
making money.
Yeah, making money, but like they're doing it in the wrong way. They're doing it in the completely wrong way because I don't get it. Like it just feels manufactured. It literally feels like when you go to McDonald's and you get a Big Mac, you know exactly what you're gonna get.
Oh yeah, it's good. I mean.
It's a burger. It's like
I waited a minute for it, so it's like okay.
Yeah, it's a burger. Now, if you go to like a fancy burger spot, you're like, oh my god, this burger is.
Oh my gosh! Oh, the patty's so thick, and it has the perfect crust, and the bacon is just crispy. Da 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 da. I remember my teacher / director once told a class, if you're in this class, if you're into acting and theater. For the money, you're in the wrong fucking business. This is for artists. Yep. If you're in here to make money and get rich quick,
that's why I said
you're gonna find nothing here.
That's why I said earlier, was like, I cannot do it for money. Like I cannot let it be my source of income.
Yeah.
Or I will hate it. I will hate it, and that means that I will hate myself for it. Like you don't go into acting, theater, and anything art related because of the industry and it looks wonderful, because the industry is not.
It's not.
It's never been. Since Hollywood started, it's never been. But you don't do it for the money.
No.
Because plenty of people don't see the money.
People just want to have their story told, and that's it.
Yeah, people just want to entertained. Like I just to this day I just want to make people laugh or make people cry. I just want to hurt people.
Want to make them feel something.
Make them feel something. I don't know, man. But yeah, I think those were my thoughts. And to call somebody.
Yeah, that's it. Let's wrap it up. This has been episode 2 of the Moro Studios podcast.
Amen.
If you guys enjoyed, please subscribe, give us a like, share it up. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's free. It's free.
It's free.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll hopefully see you guys soon. Peace out.
Hi.